Playoffs. I didn't even expect to win. Shoot, I didn't even expect my team to win. So pretty interesting. But I'm about to get started on the scores and stuff. So the first game we have the Commanders 38 points and the Bengals at 33. I'm really impressed with the Commanders. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, their quarterback Jaden Daniels for passing yards he was 21 for 23, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty impressive for a rookie. And Joe Burrow passing yards 29 for 38, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dang. Rushing yards, Jaden Daniels again, 12 carries, 39 yards, and 1 touchdown. And they had Chase Brown for rushing yards, 7 carries, 62 yards. Receiving yards, they had Terry McLaurin, 4 receptions, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. Jamar Chase for receiving yards, 6 receptions, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I was reading something, I think I saw it on like Instagram or something about how the Commanders are making history. I don't think they have any turnovers within like the first 3 games or something like that, but pretty impressive for them. They're like 2-1 right now. Shout out to the Commanders. Okay, this was one of my teams, the Jaguars. I don't know what's going on. Jaguars at 10 points and the Bills at 47 points. Terrence Lawrence was 21 for 38, 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Josh Allen had 23 for 30, 263 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jeez, that man has been going crazy. I mean, with the offensive line, can you blame him? But yeah, Travis Etienne Jr., 11 carries, 68 yards. And then you got Josh Allen for the rushing yards, 6 carries, 44 yards. Receiving yards, Christian Kirk, 8 receptions, 79 yards. That's my boy. I fuck with him. That's my boy. I like him. Khalil Shakur, 6 receptions, 72 yards, 1 touchdown. I don't even know what to say about the Jaguars. I'ma just assume it's the new defensive coach or whatever. I don't know. They were not like this last year, but it's pretty crazy. Next game we have is the Chiefs versus the Falcons. Pat Mahomes, 26, his passing yards, 26 for 39, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sorry. Kirk Cousins passing yards, 20 for 29, 230 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. In rushing yards, we have Carson Steele, 17 carries, 72 yards. And I cannot pronounce bro name from the Falcons. Tyler Alligator, 7 carries, 32 yards. Then you got Rashee Rice, receiving yards for the Chiefs. 12 receptions, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Drake London, he was on my fantasy last year. 6 receptions, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. I like Drake London, he's pretty cool. You have the Ravens versus the Cowboys, which was a pretty close game. I didn't finish watching all of it though, but they came out with the win, the Ravens. The Ravens had 28, the Cowboys had 25. Lamar Jackson, 12 for 15, 182 yards, 1 touchdown. Dak Prescott, 28 for 51 G's, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rushing yards, Derrick Henry had 25 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Rico Dowdwe, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but rushing yards, he had 8 carries, 32 yards. Nelson Algalore had one reception, 52 yards. That's crazy. And then receiving yards for the Cowboys, Jake Ferguson, 6 receptions, 95 yards. Shout out to the Ravens for that dub. Okay, next up we got the Lions and the Cardinals. Lions had 20 points, the Cardinals had 13. And Jared Goff passing yards, 18 for 23, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Kyler Murray was 21 for 34, 207 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Rushing yards, we got David Montgomery, 23 carries, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. Kyler Murray had 5 carries, 45 yards. Receiving yards, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 receptions, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. And for the Cardinals, 8 receptions, 64 yards. And that was with Michael Wilson. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't really know too much about the Lions and the Cardinals, but I've been seeing the Lions been doing their thing. Not even just this year, but last year they were pretty solid too. So, shout out to the Lions for that dub. We got the Rams and the 49ers. 49ers had 24 points, the Rams had 27. And we have Brock Purdy, 22 for 30, 292 yards, 3 touchdowns. Matt Stafford, 16 for 25, 221 yards, 1 TD. And we have rushing yards, Jordan Mason, 19 carries, 77 yards. And for the Rams, Kyron Williams, 24 carries, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a lot of carries to not go nowhere, in my opinion. Let me stop. That's not bad. Receiving yards, Juwan Jenkins, 11 receptions, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns. And for the for the Rams, we have Tutu Atwell, 4 receptions, 93 yards. And like I said, the Rams came up with this against the 49ers, which is surprising to me because, like, I don't know, I haven't been watching these two teams either, but last time I checked, the 49ers was like, they were the ones, they was it. Guess a bad game, but hey, shout out to the Rams for that dub. Shout out to the Rams. Next up is my boys. Okay, the Panthers versus the Raiders. Panthers, we had 36 points. The Raiders had 22. And Andy Dalton came through clutch. 26 for 37, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then you had Gardner Minshew, the second, 18 for 28, 214 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rushing yards, we had Chuba Hubbard, 21 carries, 114 yards. He was showing out, I'm not going to lie. Samir White, rushing yards for the Raiders, 10 carries, 34 yards. Receiving yards, Deontay Johnson, 8 receptions, 122 yards, 1 touchdown. Trey Tucker, 7 receptions, 96 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, I just wanted to say, bro, Andy Dalton was throwing dimes. He made our whole team look so much better than what we really were. I don't even know, I don't know, bro. We have so much potential, and it just goes to show you, I like Bryce Young as a person, but he's not ready for to be out there. He needs to still learn and develop. But shout out to my boys for that dub. Thompson, 3 for 19, 107 yards. Geno Smith, 26 for 34, 289 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Jeez. Rushing yards, Devon Agnew, 11 carries, 30 yards. Sack Charbonnet. I don't know how to pronounce these names. I keep doing this. Sack Charbonnet, 18 carries, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. Receiving yards, Tyreek Hill, 3 receptions, 40 yards. DK Metcalf, 4 receptions, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. And the Seahawks beat the Dolphins, like I said before. Okay, next, Chargers and the Steelers. Chargers at 10 points, Steelers at 20. Justin Herbert, 12 for 18, 125 yards, 1 touchdown. Justin Fields, passing yards, 25 for 32, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rushing yards for J.K. Dobson, 15 carries, 44 yards. Najee Harris, 18 carries, 70 yards. And receiving yards, we have Ladd McConkey, 3 receptions, 44 yards. For the Steelers, Calvin Austin III, 4 receptions, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. That's what's up, y'all. That's what's up. And the Steelers came out with that dub. Shout out to them. Alright, next we have the Bears and the Colts. The Bears at 16, Colts at 21. Caleb Williams was passing yards, 33 for 52, 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Yikes. Anthony Richardson was 10 for 20, 167 yards, 2 interceptions. Rose John Johnson, the running back for the Bears, 8 carries, 30 yards. And sorry, I'm mispronouncing these names. I really apologize. Jonathan Taylor, 23 carries, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. The receiving yards, Rome Odins for the Bears, 6 receptions, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Colts, Alec Pierce, 1 reception, 144 yards. And the Colts came out with that dub. Next game we got is the Packers. The Packers had 30 points against the Titans, who had 14 points. And dang, they got a whole nother quarterback too. I didn't even know. Malik Willis, 13 for 19, 202 yards, 1 touchdown. Will Levis, 26 for 34, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The rushing yards, Malik Willis, 6 carries, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Tony Pollard, 6 carries, 14 yards. Receiving yards, we have Christian Watson, 2 receptions, 67 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, we have 6 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. And Green Bay came out with that dub, unfortunately. The next game we got is the Broncos versus the Bucs. Broncos had 26, the Buccaneers had 7 points. Bo Nix for passing yards, 25, 36, 216 yards. Baker Mayfield was 25 for 33, 163 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Rushing yards, we have Tyler Betty, 9 carries, 70 yards. And for the Buccaneers, Bucky Irvin, 9 carries, 70 yards. Receiving yards, we have Cortland Sutton, 7 receptions, 68 yards. And receiving yards for the Buccaneers, Chris Goodwin, 6 receptions, 53 yards, 1 touchdown. And the Broncos came out with the dub against the Buccaneers. And then next game we have is the Texans versus the Vikings. Texans had 7 points, Vikings had 34. CJ Stroud was 20 for 31, 215 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Passing yards for Sam Darnold, one of my old quarterbacks. It wasn't looking good for the Panthers though, but Sam Darnold, 17 for 28, 181 yards, 4 touchdowns. Rushing yards, we have Cam Akers, 9 carries, 21 yards. And then for the Vikings, Aaron Jones, 19 carries, 102 yards. Receiving yards, we have I forgot about Stephon Diggs playing for the Texans. Stephon Diggs, 10 receptions, 94 yards. Justin Jeffries, 6 receptions, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. And the Vikings came out with the dub against the Texans. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Eagles versus the Saints. Eagles had 15, the Saints had 12. Jalen Hurts passing yards was 29 for 38, 311 yards, 1 interception. Derek Carr was 14 for 25, 142 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Saquon Barkley's rushing yards was 17 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Alvin Kamara for the Saints, 26 carries, 87 yards. Receiving yards, we have Dallas Goedert, 10 receptions, 170 yards. And for the Saints, we have Chris Olave, 6 receptions, 86 yards, 1 touchdown. And then and for that game, the Eagles came up on top, of course. Next game we have is the Giants. They had 21 against the Browns, who had 15. Daniel Jones, 24 for 34, passing yards, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sorry if I said that all crazy. Daniel Jones was 24 for 34, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns. There we go. That's a lot. That was a lot to say. Deshaun Watson was 21 for 37, 196 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Rushing yards, we have Devin Singletary. He had 16 carries, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Jerome Ford, 10 carries, and 37 yards. Receiving yards, we have Malik Nabers, 8 receptions, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amari Cooper, 7 receptions, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. And the Giants came up on top, like I said before, 21-15. And last but not least, the last game that was not that close of a game. The Patriots had 3 points, while the Jets had 24. And Jacoby Brissett, 12 for 18 with 98 yards. Aaron Rodgers, 27 for 35, 281 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing yards, we got Antonio Gibson, 5 carries, 29 yards. And for the Jets, we have Braylon Allen, 11 carries, 55 yards. Receiving yards, we have for the New England, we have Demario Douglas, 7 receptions, 69 yards. And for the Jets, we have Tyler Conklin, 5 receptions, 93 yards, and the Jets won, of course. Yeah, so that's it for this week.